Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please be seated. Thank you. Welcome, everyone, to Dalhousie University's Spring Convocation for the class of 2022 in the Faculty of Management. My name is Frank Harvey. It is my distinct honor and privilege to be serving as Dalhousie's Provost and Vice President Academic, and I will be your MC for today. We are all absolutely thrilled that we can be here in person to celebrate this special day. I would like to ask Elder Thomas Christmas from Eskasoni First Nation to deliver the traditional Mi'kmaq welcome.
Gwe, Hamida, Kulwalanik. Please stand. Thank you. Can you sit down again? No, stay standing. Got to put some levity into this place. Kisu kolali shit. Tell Pegasli kolani. Puki jan kisi gnama sotijik. Aksioi da hodaptivo. Dandar Gizignama Sotijik. The job Kitsu, we are all Samo. Dan Teglu Taladi Nang. Akisu Kolali Chitkiskuk. Kolali Titantage will Giskuk. Atantage will Lortiak. Atantage will Lorti, Squidnu, Game Moody Jula. To Nigella Squidnu and again done. Made until we just graduate, Kalua, Silvada, Havana Madida, Kisok, as a dead mother, Havana Man, Pilu, Squidnu, Dan Nudadich, Abana Masadi. Creator, thank you for this beautiful day, this beautiful gathering that we have for our people that are graduating, and they will go on to help other people. And I thank you, Creator, especially for our health, our bodies, and our souls. And I thank each and every one of you for being here. And I also wanted a moment of silence for the children that were assassinated or killed, shot in Texas. And for all the children that were found around the residential schools. Amen. And thank you. Oh, you can sit down now.
Thank you very much, Tom, for that beautiful welcome. I would also like to begin by acknowledging that Dalhousie University and our community benefit from and sit on Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. We are very grateful for our partnerships and our friendships across Dalhousie's campuses, our faculties, our administrative units. We are grateful for our community leaders, our elders in residence, our Indigenous Advisory Council, our Director of Indigenous Community Engagement, Kathy Martin, our Indigenous Student Center, Indigenous Research Facilitator in the VP Research Office, Indigenous Health Programs, and our Inclusive Pathways to the Medical and Health Professions, and many other critically important initiatives and partnerships across our campuses and faculties, including, of course, the Faculty of Management. We will continue to work on and build on these critically important relationships and friendships because we are all treaty people and we take these words and our commitment to truth and reconciliation very seriously. We would also like to acknowledge the histories, the contributions, and the legacies of the African Nova Scotian people and communities who have been here for over 400 years. We are grateful for our African Nova Scotian Advisory Council and our Director of African Nova Scotian Community Engagement. There are 2 times on a university campus that are particularly significant. The first is at the start of each year when we welcome our new students to campus to start their programs, and the second is at the end when we come together as we are today to celebrate the completion of your programs. For many, this day comes with a range of different emotions, possibly sadness at leaving Dalhousie and your Dal community and your friends, perhaps eagerness to move on from Dalhousie and Nova Scotia, possibly a little fear and anxiety about your futures, and certainly gratitude for all those who supported and loved you along the way. But among the different emotions that you and your classmates are going through right now, I hope that among them you feel pride. You've accomplished what many can only dream of, and you should be proud of your many significant and noteworthy achievements. Completing your degree, particularly in the unique and challenging circumstances of a global pandemic, certainly gives all of us many reasons to be incredibly proud of you and your accomplishments. Convocation marks the culmination of years of very, very hard work. You've spent countless hours in classes and lectures, tutorials, and study groups. You've completed hundreds of quizzes and midterms and essays and group presentations and exams. You participated in case competitions and occasionally may have won. You explored new cultures and likely had conversations with peers and professors in a second, possibly a third language. You've engaged with local groups and organizations. You've made connections and earned valuable work experience through your co-ops and experiential learning opportunities. And you've been introduced to the complexities of our global challenges and the need for innovative forms of management to address them, and you've made many, many good friends. But you've also spent a good part of the last several years balancing school and work and social lives, dealing with fears and anxieties about your programs and your future, taking chances, risks on programs and courses, dealing with relationships and social pressures, maybe a little bit of pressure from your parents and family, even managing your budget, and in many cases completing your degree while juggling 1, possibly 2 or more jobs to cover tuition. And I'm sure you've dealt with personal and emotional crises and losses perhaps tied to the pandemic. Your graduation today speaks volumes about your capacity and your willingness to succeed anywhere by applying the life lessons, the skills, the knowledge, the passions, and the life choices you've been collecting and living through over the last several years. Again, Convocation marks the end of years of very, very hard work. Don't let anyone tell you after graduation that it's time to, quote, get in the game. You've been in the game for several years, including, as I said, through 2 years of the pandemic. These are all the reasons that we're here celebrating today. These are all the reasons that your family and your friends and your entire Dalhousie community are so incredibly proud of you. You inspire us. So let's make some noise to congratulate our graduates. Family and friends, although we would typically encourage you to work your way around the auditorium and take as many pictures as you'd like for health and safety reasons, we will ask you to stay in your seats. You can stand up, take as many pictures as you'd like. Share those pictures on #DalGrad. And we are webcasting this celebration so you could watch it and share it through our Dal website. What I'd like to do now is take a few moments to introduce those individuals who will be participating in our ceremony today. And I'd like to start with Scott Bryson, our Chancellor. Dr. Deep Saini, our President and Vice Chancellor. Dr. Louise Spiteri, Interim Chair of Senate, Dr. Kim Brooks, your outstanding Dean of the Faculty of Management, Dr. Marty Leonard, Dean of Graduate Studies, Donna Bourne-Tyson, Dean of Libraries, Elder Catherine Martin, our Director of Indigenous Community Engagement, Elder Thomas Christmas from Eskasoni First Nation, who delivered the beautiful Mi'kmaq welcome, Aaron Prosper, a Dow Neuroscience grad and former president of the Dalhousie Student Union, Pamela Goodwin, Associate Director, Student Awards and Financial Aid, who was the recipient. I want to get this one in, Pamela, who was the recipient of the 2021 Rosemary Gill Award for Outstanding Service to Students. And of course, Chief Terry Paul, our honorary degree recipient. Also on the platform today and in the audience are many, many other faculty, staff, and administrators, including associate deans, VPs, members of the registrar's office, who are critical to the success of our students and to the academic excellence of our programs. Can I ask you all to stand as well, please? This is our chance to thank them. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. I would now like to invite Dr. Deep Saini to deliver the President's remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Harvey. Going by the sound of the bells, I know that who's the most popular person in this room. Next time, I'm going to bring my own bells. Thank you very much. Graduates, families and friends, and distinguished guests, a very warm welcome to you all to this beautiful ceremony. What an honor and an immense pleasure to finally have the opportunity to join you in person for the convocation. It's been a long time. After 2 very difficult years, especially for our students, the years that kept us physically apart, it's a very welcome return to this important rite of passage. Today's ceremony blends long-standing traditions with appropriate adjustments that we made, for example, the masks, for the times we are living through, and a nod to the place where Dalhousie is anchored, this beautiful part of Mi'kmaq that we call Nova Scotia and our home. This ceremony is a celebration of your transition from students to graduates and alumni. But far more importantly, it is a celebration of your achievements. This milestone is a very well-earned personal recognition of your efforts and your abilities, and a source of great pride for both you and your supporters, many of them here, some probably not here, but supporters nevertheless. So class of 2022, you know it only too well that it would be an understatement to say that the last couple of years did not play out exactly how any of us would have imagined. But regardless of the incessant challenges that the circumstances threw at you since the beginning of 2020, here you are. Despite what you were given, look at what you have done with it. You met your goal, and you're here, receiving the testament to your perseverance, resilience, grit, and determination. That is absolutely outstanding, and that, I believe, calls for a very loud round of applause. And the bells, of course. Well done, bravo. I know it wasn't the student experience you had in mind, but you overcame great obstacles to make it to this day. You traveled, some of you far, along the way navigating evolving restrictions here in Canada and abroad. You adapted and collaborated and made the most of online learning, gaining new skills and insights, and in the process, helping create and then refine a whole new paradigm for how the university education would be delivered and received. Many of the lessons that we learned through these shared experiences of ours will endure, offering new and better tools to the generations to come. And these would be very important and effective new learning tools in a new world. Someday, you will look back and proudly recall that this is where it all began and that you were central to this whole thing. You have not had it easy, but I dare to imagine that someday you will also look back and realize, and that is, if you don't already do so, that this experience has made you stronger. Perhaps it has made you more resilient, more creative, more innovative, more empathetic, and more civic-minded, more conscious of how the actions of one impact so many, and more committed to striving for a better tomorrow. And these are exactly the qualities and traits that our world needs today. Over the past 2 years, the phrase "the new normal" has become an increasingly familiar part of our lexicon. However, if you really think about it, there is really nothing unique about a new normal happening in a society. After all, if you look at the human history, it is replete with many turning points of similar magnitude. So what is special about this experience of ours? Well, the uniqueness of this particular new normal resides in the confluence of the daunting and often wicked challenges that it coincides with. I know you are aware of those challenges, but I'm going to just remind a few of those challenges for all of us, just so we don't forget. Climate change and its looming impacts. Well, they're not actually looming anymore. They're happening to us as we speak. The recognition on an unprecedented scale around the world that they have been historical wrongs and that they must be righted urgently. New global public health challenges. We're living through those, and there are more around. The need to feed a projected population of 9 billion people on Earth without destroying the planet. The challenges to democracy, peace, and global order that we are experiencing, and the senseless violence we continue to see in our societies and communities that Elder Christmas asked us to focus on. My apologies for making it so depressing at a very happy occasion. And I know you're wondering, why is this person going on about this stuff? We are supposed to be celebrating. Well, we are, and I have a point, and I'm coming to that. The task in front of you will not be easy. That is a given. It is also certain that it will demand a great deal of you to deal with these challenges. But, and that is the point I want to make, your generation has demonstrated again and again that you have what it takes to overcome extreme circumstances. When I see what you have overcome over the past 2 years, and especially how you have overcome it, and what you have accomplished, and most importantly, what you have become as a result, I feel totally confident that the world is in very, very competent hands. But let me be a little bit more specific about the group of students we have in front of us, or group of graduates that we have in front of us today. You belong to the Faculty of Management. So by definition, everything that you have learned, that everything you're going to go out and do involves managing things. And management often trains people for leadership, and I know many of you will go on to occupy leadership positions and be leaders in whatever you do. And it is that capability in you that makes me confident about you. And that's where my hope comes from. Because the challenges that I spoke about, they are wicked, particularly because they are so complex. And you have learned the skills to deal with that complexity. And that is what makes me so confident and so comfortable about the future of this world in your hands. So let's return to the celebration with that. Today is a very big day indeed. As you cross the stage today and become a member of the worldwide community of graduates, you also join the Dalhousie alumni family. This is a distinguished group that has in fact already left indelible mark on societies around the world. There are 152,000 plus of you living in over 120 countries. I have no doubt that you will uphold this tradition and that the years to come will see you too achieving great things, not just for yourself, but things for the world, and that is the most important thing here. While you do so, I hope you will retain fond memories of your time here at Dalhousie University and your roots at your alma mater. You, our graduates, are the greatest source of joy and pride for all of us at Dalhousie University. So on behalf of Dalhousie, please accept my heartfelt congratulations and very best wishes for the brilliant future that you so richly deserve. Thank you very much. Congratulations again, and please stay in touch.
Thank you, President Saini. Graduates, will you please rise? Mr. Chancellor, as Chair of the Senate of Dalhousie University, I ask you to confer degrees upon those candidates whose names have been approved by Senate.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in Dalhousie University, I admit to their respective degrees and diplomas with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto those candidates who have fulfilled the requirements of that degree and whose names have been approved by the Senate. Admitto vos ad gradum.
Graduates, please be seated.
If I could all ask you to take a moment just to turn the sounds off on your phones, and please don't worry about turning off the sounds of your children. We're all family. Those sounds are beautiful. In fact, the sounds of future Dal students, music to our ears. I would now like to call upon Dr. Kim Brooks, Dean of the Faculty of Management, Dr. Marty Leonard, Dean of the Faculty of Graduate Studies, and Ivy Abbott Charles, a Fountain School of Performing Arts alumni, to present the candidates who are here today receiving degrees.
Mr. Chancellor, as Dean, I'm pleased to be here today to celebrate the accomplishment of candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for degrees within the Faculty of Management. That's the formal sentence. I don't get to give a speech, but I'm going to sneak in two small things. Number one, I know some of you, you know what I mean? And I know this has been a lift, and I'm super proud of you. Number two, I have outrageous expectations for you. You know what I mean? Like outrageous, unfulfillable expectations for you. And I expect to hear about how you're doing. Some of you will be fulfilling those expectations, and some of you will be failing miserably at fulfilling them. And I want to hear from both categories. All right.
Mr. Chancellor, the following candidate is here today to receive the Bachelor of Commerce. Izem Unlu, major in Marketing Management. Mr. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Bachelor of Commerce. Mr. Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Bachelor of Management. Anemona Dan Agada, major in Knowledge Management. Chisholm Anichebe. Jacob Patrick Barnes. Jake Jerome L. Barter. Erica Rochelle Boone. David Christopher Burke. Alexander Bruce Carson with distinction. Joseph John Philip Cavalieri, major in Leadership and Organization. Ali Farzaneh, major in Entrepreneurship and Innovation with distinction. Griffin Elliott Harvey, major in Entrepreneurship and Innovation with distinction. Gil Hawkins, major in Managing Data and Information. Grace Huntus, major in Leadership and Organization. Majd Ibrahim, major in Managing Data and Information. Aiden Alexander Jameson. Brianne Danielle Johnson, major in Environment, Sustainability, and Society. Nodoka Kaneoka. Jillian Donley Kirk, with distinction. Yu-Ching Ko, major in Environment, Sustainability, and Society. Jajun Liu, major in Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Danielle Elizabeth McDonald, major in Leadership and Organization. Emily Ann McKay, with distinction. Isaiah James McCullough. Sarthak Mehta, major in Leadership and Organization. M. Karen Pereira. Alexandre Edward Pike. Sarah Jane Pittman. Nick Connor Price, major in Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Timothy Quinn, with distinction. Yannick Sahota. Sarah Scott, with distinction. Andrea Martine Skurlak. Aidan Michael Stevenson, with distinction. Saffron Tellier, major in Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Ross Traves. Shuyu Wang, major in Managing Data and Information. Jason Shaw, major in Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Haitao Xu, major in Managing Data and Information. Chandler James Yakimovich. Bijun Yang. James Young. Chen Yu, major in Environment, Sustainability, and Society. Didi Zhang, major in Managing Data and Information. Rui Zhang. Chuhan Zhou. Mr. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Bachelor of Management.
Mr. Chancellor, as Dean, I am delighted to be here today to celebrate the accomplishments of candidates who fulfill the requirements for degrees within the Faculty of Graduate Studies. And I'd also like to invite the directors of the various graduate programs to join me to congratulate your graduates.
Mr. Chancellor, the following candidate is here today to receive the Graduate Diploma in Public Administration. Christian Alexander William McGuire. Mr. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Graduate Diploma in Public Administration. Mr. Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Master of Business Administration. Julia Magda Arsenios. Sabrina Rochelle Baker. Clayton James Bell. Emily Yiching Chow. Vanessa Chanel. Sydney Ray Corrigan. Addison J. Durhak. Lindsay Christina Giffen. Eva J. Hall. Francesca Yolanda Hawks. Sukrit Jain. Alice Jones. Natalie Renee Lagasse. William Patrick Law. Shangyang Liu. Sheila Kathleen McLean. Oh. Emmett McEachern. Jennifer Meach. Brandy Marie Mills. Monica Nahas. Brendan David O'Grady. Brett O'Donnell Stairs. Javier Alejandro Ojeda. Zachary Palancis. Daniel Andrew Race. Mallory Jane Ray. Adarsh Ravi. William Joseph Ross. Jenna Carol Silverberg. Rupinder Kaur Sukhdev Singh. Tejpal Singh. Benjamin Martin Slang. Alex Smith. Katrina Stasha Sokolowski. Brenner Strickland. Graham Ethan Walk. Mr. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Master of Business Administration. Mr. Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Master of Information. Elise Nicole Batson. Grace Eva Bazinet. Grace Elizabeth Barrett. Ainsley Ann Berkshire Campbell. Razia Chowdhury. Mackenzie Marie Cormick. Shannon Elizabeth Ferris. Shannon Farrell. Kendall Fitzgerald. Emily Hillman. Aaron John Judry. Grace LeBlanc. Megan Leishman. Vincent Lee. Sarah Ashley Maddox. Kydra Holst Mayhew. Emily Catherine McLean. Teresa Lynn Olson. Poppy Nicolette Riddle. Anna Katerina Urich. Mackenzie Young. Mr. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Master of Information. Mr. Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Master of Information Management. Megan Ann Clark. Irene Alva Gellick. Allison Leanne Kincaid. Stephen Matthews. Kimberly Ann McCurdy. Karen Teresa Schmidt. Jason James Swinemer. Mr. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Master of Information Management. Mr. Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Master of Library and Information Studies. Amber Lynn Hart. Jay Soloy. Mr. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Master of Library and Information Studies. Mr. Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Master of Public Administration. Muhammad Ahmad. Emily Sarah Brannon Allward. Michael Donald Barnby. Eric Levi Bowdridge. Brienne Alexandra Karras. Olivia Grace Curry Corkum. Michaela Lee Anna Crowley. Shannon Elizabeth Ferris. Stephen Girk. Sebastian Javad Gibson. Rachel Louise Gorman. Roy Frank Hudel. Bi Young Min Kang. Allison Emily Lever. Stephanie Marie Miller. Umo Ofili. Cameron Owen Dooley Pride. Mabubur Rahman. Nora Grace Robinson. Brock St. Clair Sommier. Jennifer Lee Slobodkin. Mr. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Master of Public Administration. Mr. Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Master of Science. Rebecca Bemisola Osamudiami. Shaoxi Shu, business. Siwi Zhang, business. Mr. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of those candidates who are here today to receive the Master of Science.
One more big round of applause for all of our graduate students. You will have noticed the very first student across the stage today to receive the Bachelor of Commerce, followed by the end of the procession of our Bachelor of Commerce students. You're wondering, that's a pretty small program. In fact, most of the all of the Bachelor of Commerce graduates went through the morning session, but unfortunately, the student couldn't make it. It's great that she managed to make it because her parents traveled from Turkey to see that moment. So. I just want to take a second to also thank Zoe Como, our excellent order from the Fountain School of Performing Arts, for the excellent job today. I would now like to call attention to the families and friends of our graduates today. We know that Convocation is a very important occasion for you, and I'm sure that all of us here recognize the importance that you've played, the important role that your love and support have played along the way. So we'd like to express our gratitude to you for the role that you've played in this beautiful day. So can I ask the graduates to stand, please, and the onstage party as well to stand? Graduates, your family and friends have been applauding you and making a lot of noise throughout our convocation ceremony today. It is now your turn and our turn to thank them for the support that they gave you to get here. Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you.
Conferring an honorary doctoral degree is the highest honor a university bestows. I now call upon Dr. Louis Spiteri, Chair of Senate, to present the candidate for the degrees of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Chief Terry Paul, would you please rise? For a remarkable 38 years, Chief Terry Paul has guided the Membertou First Nation in Cape Breton through an economic, social, and governance renaissance. Today, Membertou is one of the most efficient and flourishing Indigenous communities in Canada. Its motto of welcoming the world tells only part of the story. Indeed, both the Membertou model and Chief Paul's steady yet progressive guidance have created global benchmarks for community consensus and prosperity. As Chief of the Membertou First Nation and CEO of the Membertou Development Corporation, Chief Paul has led his First Nation through a profound transformation. In the words of Senator Dan Christmas, under Chief Paul's leadership, Membertou has gone from a position of imminent financial collapse towards sustainable economic self-sufficiency and has become the economic driver and one of the largest employers within the Cape Breton regional municipality. Perhaps a first in Canadian economic history, whereby First Nations enterprises lead the local economy. Described as a compassionate and caring leader who prioritizes his community's elders and takes personal pride in his own spirituality and fluency in the Mi'kmaq language, Chief Paul is widely recognized and admired as an inspirational innovator and catalyst for change. After starting his career with the Boston Indian Council, where he received his background training in finance and management, he returned home to Membertou as Economic Development Officer. He joined the Membertou Band Council in the position of band manager in 1980 before being elected chief in 1984. He's been re-elected every 2 years since. Over the past 2 decades, Membertou First Nation has achieved a degree of success and independence based on own source revenues that has allowed community members to make decisions about education, recreation, and healthcare, enhance infrastructure, and pay dividends to citizens. Chief Paul is credited with tripling his community's land base, increasing the employment rate to 80%, and building economic and social opportunity for the entire Cape Breton region. In 2019, Membertou Development Corporation, home to 12 corporate entities including a convention centre, sports centre, gaming establishments, fisheries, a market, and more, was named one of Canada's best managed companies. In 2021, with Chief Paul at the helm, Membertou made the single largest investment ever by an Indigenous group in Canada, with the acquisition of 50% of Clearwater Seafoods. Yes, by the way. Chief Terry Paul, architect of the Membertou Miracle, helped achieve all this without a self-governance agreement and within the restrictive bounds of the Indian Act, all while ensuring community members directly benefit from the band's success. Little wonder Atlantic Business Magazine named Chief Paul its CEO of the Year last month. Chief Paul has also played a leading role in the Atlantic Policy Congress of First Nations Chiefs and the National Indigenous Economic Development Board. As a witness before Parliament, Chief Paul has shared his intimate and detailed knowledge of Indigenous issues, treaty rights, and Indigenous fishing and human rights. He has been lauded for his sense of fairness in the face of complex issues and his tireless advocacy both for the Mi'kmaq Nation and Indigenous peoples across the country. He has been appointed to the Order of Canada, is an inductee of both the Nova Scotia and Cape Breton Business Halls of Fame, and holds honorary doctorates from Cape Breton University and Mount Allison University. In recognition of a lifetime of inspiration, focused and innovative leadership, I ask you, Mr. Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, to bestow upon Chief Terry Paul the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
Chief Terry Paul, by virtue of the authority vested in me and in Dalhousie University, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations, Chief and Dr. Paul.
Thank you. And we also, the Indigenous faculty and staff make medicine pouches for graduates to keep you safe. Former Student Council President Aaron Foster did do that.
It is now my honor, privilege, and pleasure to invite the architect of Memberto Miracle, Dr. Sagamal Terry Paul, to deliver convocation address.
Dimk, gedul nunno. Gedogel no ni dan televisstudio. Mig mauik du. Men dan no nina sespederum na luas o hanmenen unaway. A hata hodan ni delaway ne tabiana menega. Negidede menes dan del nutik. Ah. Migidede menen. Ah, ankidede mano. Ngwiguna, down Wishkudaji. So what I said is that I wanted to address you first in Mi'kmaq, because I'm very concerned about our language. And as our song says, we need to be proud of our language, and that we need to believe in our language, and we need to leave our language to our children that are coming. Thank you. Before I start, I was told by a few here that came here that you need to tell a joke before you start. And I don't really have any. So, but I'll try. So you know that old children's game that they play, that we all play, that what you want to be, what do you want to be when you grow up? you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be a lawyer? Or do you want to be an Indian chief? Well, I couldn't make up my mind, so I did all three. So, good afternoon, platform guests, faculty, staff, family, and friends. And I want to make a special mention to Sister Dorothy and Senator Dan. Thank you for being here. I also want to make a special welcome to the graduates of 2022. I am truly honored to be here with you today. Receiving this degree means so much to me. And in my short time with you today, I'd like to share some of the lessons I've learned throughout my 38-year career as chief of my community, Member 2. I am proud to stand before you today, a group of educated and socially conscious future leaders. I see in you what I see in the youth in my community, people who care. As the generations go on, I understand that now, more than ever, we're returning to many Mi'kmaq values that have been held by my people for thousands of years. You care about treating our environment with respect and responsibility. You stand up when social justice issues impact vulnerable people. Unlike the generations that come before you, there is immense drive to leave the status quo behind and right what has been done wrong. Respect and fairness are two core values that will take you everywhere in life. Maintaining those two values when it's most difficult to is when it's most crucial. It's often easy to respect and treat others fairly when you agree with them or align with your values. When it's hard to see the good and find common ground, that is actually when respect is most important. Whether it's in the boardroom, at the office, even at the water cooler, with your neighbors, practice gracious respect even when you're the person across the table or across the fence is different than you. At the core, we're all searching for the same things in life, a place in the world that yields love and respect. As Chief and Member 2 for the last 38 years, I have faced much adversity. In my early days as Chief, I was told no, way more than I was told yes. I was told I couldn't do something, way more than I was offered to help to get there. The resiliency is not taking no for an answer. It's difficult when you cannot see the future ahead. But I say, keep going. Nothing worth having comes easy or fast. When I became chief, my community was in significant debt. There was no industry, and our unemployment rates were high. Our graduation rates were nowhere near where we felt they could be. Myself and our council took a hard look and knew we had only two options: remain as we were or change. In that moment, the build began. We surrounded ourselves with good workers and smart minds, those in our community who had left to pursue brighter pastures were called home to help us grow and create change for our young people. In Mi'kmaq culture, we believe in always looking at opportunities with a lens for the next 7 generations. As someone who saw the hardship that our people faced, and as someone who attended residential school as a young boy, it became my goal to never have our children experience what I did. So slowly but surely, we started from the bottom and took on one challenge at a time. Today, I am proud to say that our little team of builders has grown into a staff of 600 employees in Member 2. We employ people from across the entire region and are one of Cape Breton Island's largest employers and developers. Member 2 now has 12 corporate businesses and various partnerships that are creating generational wealth for our people. Everyone in Member 2 who would like a job can have one. Our graduation rates are over 95%. And every youth in Member 2 who wants to attend post-secondary education of any kind is financially supported by us to do so. Education, we believe, is a path to success for all of us. As you make your way through the world, I encourage you to work with everyone. Relationships become your lifelines in business and life. Positive relationships I've made 3 decades ago led to the $1 billion acquisition of Clearwater Seafoods, a transformational deal for the Mi'kmaq in the Canadian offshore fishery. When I reflect on my career as Chief and CEO in Member 2, I know one thing for sure. I could never be where I am today without the trust of my community and the love of my family. To them, I am eternally grateful. Finally, I want to leave you with a thought on Indigenous reconciliation. There is a lot of talk at many levels about what reconciliation is and if it's being achieved. At its most basic form, reconciliation is an act we all can participate in every day. The horrific acts of the past cannot be changed, but each of us can work towards a more inclusive and fair future. It's everyone's responsibility to work together to make sure what has happened never happens again. It's everyone's responsibility to be educated on treaty rights and advocate for what is just. Whatever your background, whatever your culture, we are one. We are more alike than we will ever be different. Lean in and look a little deeper and use respect for others and yourself as your guide. I wish you health, happiness, and many happy returns as you leave the walls of this wonderful institution and start creating something new for the next 7 generations. Congratulations, and thank you to Dalhousie for this remarkable honor. Walalio.
Doctor, lawyer, CEO, Chief Terry Paul, thank you so much for that beautiful, powerful, and inspiring address to our graduates about respect and fairness. Universities are working hard to rebuild a legacy and legacies that they can be proud of through our commitments to TRC. And we are honored to have you share this beautiful day with our graduates and their family and friends. And we are honored to be able to celebrate your incredible service to community and to nation. So thank you very much for your contribution. Graduates, let me be the first to acknowledge that as you leave the auditorium today, you will officially become part of Dalhousie's alumni network of over 152,000 fellow alumni around the world. This is a wonderful asset, and I hope you will take advantage of the connection to the broader Dal community. We invite you to get involved. We invite you to stay involved. In recognition of your new status, members of the Alumni Association will be presenting you with an alumni pin as you exit the auditorium today, and we hope you wear it with pride. Congratulations again. Welcome to Dalhousie's alumni family. Graduates and guests, the business of convocation is concluded. After the singing of O Canada, you are requested, if you are able, requested to remain standing as the academic procession leaves the auditorium. I now invite Mary Austin, a Dalhousie voice student in the Fountain School of Performing Arts, to sing O Canada. And after the singing of O Canada, Aaron Prosper will sing the Mi'kmaq Honor Song as the procession leaves. Thank you.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us commend. Quand on brasse et porte les pays, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Good